Hi friends! So I have my December budget for you guys, and just sneak preview. I remember saying that my November 2016 budget was the best one I did just because of the amount that I was able to put to my student loans in November. Well, I beat it in December! Yes! Woo! Oh, I'm so happy about that. So I had at least two really good months. So there's that. All right, let's get into Le Bonjour. All righty. Electrical was under, water was under, and gas was under. I didn't have to pay for lawn care because the lawn is not growing in December. So I moved that budget, which was $40, to my groceries budget, which I decided needed an extra $60 this month because Vince and Beth came for Christmas, and I had to buy food for them. So my grocery budget was $270, and I paid $268.78. The extra $20 came from gas overage because I didn't have enough or had enough in there to be able to use that. Okay. So groceries had $1.22 left. I had a little bit of medical costs this year. Oh, and hang on. We need to go up. Okay, let's talk about this real quick in red right here. I bought a quilt in December, and it didn't work. I bought it shortly after Black Friday. It was just the beginning of December, and I bought it online. There were not free returns, which I thought there were. It came. I hated it. I had to pay for return shipping, and then they charged me a $5 restocking fee. So I ended up losing $17.04 on that deal, which blows because that's $17.04 that I spent and got nothing in return for. And I will never, ever purchase bedding online again, or really anything online that doesn't have a good return policy. So we will get into this in a little bit. But right here, also in kind of a darker red, I spent $37.90 on Rory's heartworm medication for this upcoming year. And that was taken from her sinking fund. So there is that. By the way, I'm going to show you a 2017 or a peek at my scorched earth budget. And a lot of these categories change. And a lot of them are gone. So my budget next month is going to look so different. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm really excited about it. All right. Right here, I had a little extra in medical because in November I got sick and I had to go to the clinic. And they sent me a bill after that in addition to my copay. It was only for $19.83. Probably for the shots they had to give me or something. I don't know. I just went ahead and paid it out of medical. So that was fine. In restaurant, I actually came in just barely under. I thought I was going to bust it, but I did. I got it right on par. I did, however, bust in personal spending. At the very beginning of the month, I got a haircut and a pedicure and some just real good pampering at the local cosmetology school. I got a lot of stuff. They worked on me for like 3 hours for that $37, and that includes the tip. So I did that super cost-saving thing, by going to cosmetology schools, and they did a really good job. All right. I also spent $8 on the thrift store shirts for that pillow DIY that I did, the Christmas plaid pillows. $5 on my new comforter. $5 on Little Yellow thrift store sweater. When I went to Fort Smith to get some groceries for Christmas, I bought myself some face cream at Target. And then I had $10 left over from what Vince and Beth gave me to buy Christmas presents with, so I just took that in here and I deducted it from that for the face cream or the mug or whatever. I bought a little travel mug. I got some spare keys for my car in case I lock myself out. Again, here's the quilt thing. And then we'll talk about this in a second. My main thing was, because without the quilt and the TV, I was on schedule. I was totally on schedule for this month of that. But I did decide to purchase myself a TV in December. Now, this is not behavior that I would recommend to anyone. However, I ended up being okay with it. I really wanted a TV. I've wanted one for a while. I've never owned a TV in my adult life. I've been watching like shows and stuff on my computer forever. Now, that is not a reason to spend money that you don't have. Now, I didn't spend money that I didn't have. I did end up putting almost $70 less to debt this month because of the purchase of the TV. But I did offset some of the cost of the TV with some stuff. So I'm going to show you that here. The TV, which I bought through Walmart.com, it was actually a refurbished model. The TV that I got is a 32-inch smart TV, and the original cost of it is close to $250. I got a refurbished model, which is guaranteed, same as anything else through their website, for $153, and they delivered it to me, which was good. Jamie, my best friend, we did the envelope thing this year, so I sent her $30. She sent me $30. She got a pretty necklace with hers, and with the $30 she sent me for Christmas, I put that towards the TV here. All right. I also cashed out my 2017 birthday sinking fund. My birthday is this month, and so I decided not to do a party or anything like that. I just don't want to. It wasn't that much fun this year. But instead of going out and like getting a pedicure or something, I decided to put all $55 that I was going to spend on my birthday, which I had sinking funded, toward my TV, and that is my birthday gift. And what was left was $68. I had thought that maybe I'd be able to fund this through the my personal money this month or something. I just decided to go ahead and clear it out, not let it carry up not let me be a debtor to myself in January and just take this out of my debt repayment. I'm really fine with it. A lot of people who do like the Dave Ramsey plan talk about on his show when they do their streams, talk about like spending a bunch of money before they start. And I feel like that's kind of what I did with this year. I mean, obviously I started the Dave Ramsey plan a long time ago, but this year is going to be different. This is scorched earth budget year. I'm going to do everything I can to get out of debt. So this was kind of my last hurrah purchase. And I have really, really been enjoying having a TV. I've been watching YouTube on it, Netflix on it, and it's nice. It's nice to have. It's obviously not a need. I didn't take money out of my emergency fund or anything, but I did take $70 from what I would have paid to debt this month. That said, overall, I put so much money to debt this month. I can't wait for you guys to see. So that was a thing. It was just a thing. And I'm not mad about it. I'm glad I did it. And it'll help me kind of get through 2017 too to have a TV. All right. This is just kind of a funny thing over here. Vince and Beth gave me a Christmas envelope, and when I was clearing out my wallet of all the receipts and everything, I thought it would be fun to just see how much I spent on what. And so I put in all the receipts to see how much I spent. And I ended up spending $185.50 on 15 items for myself for clothing, and then a little bit more on some other stuff. So that was nice. I really enjoyed everything I got for Christmas, and I think I did well spending. So, all right here and here, I did a lot of mailing this month. I sent Christmas cards out and needed stamps and all sorts of stuff. So my total cost for that was $54.67, and that came out of my YouTube money. I also spent some money here on the Christmas craft that I made and doing Christmassy stuff, and that came out of sinking fund. That didn't come out of my regular budget. So both of those are just kind of random boxes that I stick in there so I know what happened, but they don't come out of my regular budget box. All right, so here we go. There was a little bit left over in my regular budget, so I got to put $411.44, yes, to my debt here. On YouTube, I made the most money I've ever made so far on YouTube, probably because I did the daily vlogs, but $584.96. So thank you so much for watching my videos, because that's amazing that I get to get that as a side income in addition to my regular work income. And it's going all to debt, except for my YouTube expenses over here that I took out. So as you can see, the $54.67 was from Christmas mail and stamps. I bought a little ring light this is for like an iPhone, to improve the quality of some of my videos. Most of the time I sit in front of a window to help with lighting, but this will help if I have to shoot in the dark a little bit. And I also got that phone car holster that I used in my vlogs, and I'm really enjoying that. So, and that lets you guys have vlogs. And I also got a couple of books that I'm thinking of doing reviews on. They're financy. So I'm excited about that. I deducted all of that. So that was a total of $97.28. I didn't take anything out for tax savings this month. I'm just going to see what happens next month, because I have no idea how much they're going to want for tax. I have no idea. I've never made this much on YouTube before. Last year when I filed my taxes, it was only a couple grand. So it wasn't a big deal. This year I made a little more. But it equaled out, minus the expenses, $47.68, which is what I put to debt. I made $13 through my DLC Mills affiliation, $40 through Capital One bonuses, and which made the total, in addition to my minimum payment, $952.12, with the minimum payment, $1,165.97, which is $30 more than last month. Yes! Biggest payment of the year. Woo! So, and these are just which accounts I took it out of. That's boring. All right, so as you can see, my biggest payment yet was this month. I'm so excited. The $1,165.97 that I was able to put to debt this month brought my debt below $12,000. Yes! Brought it way below $12,000, and I will never be $12,000 in debt again. Oh, okay, at least not until I buy a house or something. But that's a long way off. So, with my new total for debt as I'm going into the new year is $11,251.46. I'm so thankful to be below 12,000. I now have more YouTube subscribers than I do dollars of debt, which is cool. That's just a cool thing. All right, and if you see over here, this shows how much I paid this year. I started off with a balance of $18,810. The total that I paid to debt this year was $8,298.84. If I had not taken a couple of months to save $2,000 for an upcoming storm, this obviously would have been $10,300. So I would have made my 10K 2016 goal of paying $10,000 to my debt. I would not have paid quite off $10,000 because of interest, and I basically got charged $1,000 in interest this year. But this would have been, it would have been really close. 11, 10, 9. Yeah, it would have been really, really close to it. I would have gotten $10,000 paid to it. I don't think I would have gotten $10,000 paid off, but my goal this year was to pay $10,000 to my debt. So that's okay. Reach for the moon, land among the stars kind of thing. I paid a lot of money to my debt this year. I saved $2,000 that will be used in the future for something very important. And in 2017, I'm going to get rid of the rest of my debt. This number right here, this $11,251, is going to be gone by this time next year. I can feel it. It's going to happen. We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. Alrighty, so this is my December budget. I'm pretty happy with how it went overall. I give myself an A-. I did pretty good. Even with the TV purchase, I did pretty good. So, how did your December budget go? Did you go crazy on Christmas? As you can see, Christmas isn't even really in here. The only Christmas you see in here is this right here, because I spend the majority of my Christmas money on Black Friday. And so that was in last month's budget, and it still didn't affect the budget because it just came out of the sinking fund I used. So that's my favorite thing about the end of the year. I can actually focus on just getting rid of debt and stuff versus like funding Christmas, because Christmas got funded all year long. All right. I will see you guys soon. I hope you're having a good 2017 so far. I'm ready. Glitter tattoos.